straighten up.
Hi,
Good
Bill.
morning, Bill.
How you feeling?
Okay, not bad. I slept pretty well, considering.
Good, good, good.
Who won the ball game?
I probably think.
Probably
You
Seattle.
didn't watch it all, huh?
No, it starts too late and we can't really quite stay up.
That's my problem. I can't.
They play out there in the West Coast and we can't stay up to
Yeah,
the
it's
end
2
of the
hours
game.
behind.
Starts at 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if the Stros pulled ahead, but I doubt it. But Rita said Dad would take him to the Sox game. Do you remember?
Once a year.
Yeah.
Did you ever get to go?
Mm.
You probably were too little.
No, I never got to go. He didn't take him to the state fair anymore either, but I didn't get to go then either. That's all right.
Wow, they got beat 6-0.
Ooh.
Anything. Don't feel bad. He never took me either. Only once.
State
And that was
fairs
when
aren't
Paul
bad.
was there.
What?
Paul was on the merry-go-round. Did I told you that? We went out to that year we got married, we went to the fair that year.
Oh, your brother Paul.
Oh, yeah, he was on the merry-go-round. We went out to we went to the fair, we walked down where the carnival was. And there Paul was on the merry-go-round. And he came over and said, "Can I go home with you?" I said, "Don't you want to stay and visit?" And he said, "No, I want to go home with you."
So he was there with who?
Mrs. Moody took him to the fair.
And he probably wasn't having any fun, just
He-
him and her.
He was all by himself.
Oh,
And my grandmother was old. He went down to visit her, and she was old.
in Springfield.
Yeah, and I think he thought he was going to have a good time. And so Mrs. Moody took him out to the...
Well, probably same thing with me that time I went to see Jake
Just like
and Bernice, and it was so
That's what
it
happened.
was so quiet, and
See,
I was so
poor
homesick.
Paul.
And there's
Paul
nothing
was-
like homesick, Mom. You just really do feel sick.
Paul was probably about 8 years old ago. He was real little. And he was crying and, "Can I go home with you?" "Don't you want to stay and visit?" And he said, "No, I want to go home with you."
So you had to go find
So he
Mrs.
took him home.
You had to go
and
find
my-
Mrs. Moody and tell
We had
her.
to go to Mrs. Moody's and get his stuff.
Mrs. Moody was who?
Mrs. Moody ran an antique shop, and my grandmother lived upstairs in this house, and that's where Paul was. But Mrs. Moody was younger.